Okay, we're on Thanksgiving week. We're going to make this a shorter video, but a pleasant one, because I want to talk about thankfulness, things that I'm thankful for. And there's even places in Scripture where it talks about giving thanks or to give thanksgiving because of certain things the Lord has done. And one is in Psalm 95. Let's read that. It says, verses 1 and 2 in Psalm 95, "O come, let us sing to the Lord. Let us shout joyfully to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving. Let us shout joyfully to him with psalms." So this person is thankful for their salvation. And salvation in general is for deliverance. Like they were saved from the Egyptians. God delivered them through the hand of Moses out of Egypt and out of bondage and out of slavery. But it's a type and a symbol of us coming out of the world and coming out of sin and getting this new life. No longer a slave to the dictates of the world. No longer under the corrupt hand of the enemy. No longer, wielded by the manipulation of our flesh. And so it's a blessing to have this salvation, to receive this gift from God that we are indeed free. There's still tethers to the world, to this flesh. The enemy's still around. But there's an ultimate victory, right? That we have this freedom. And so I'm thankful for my salvation. I'm thankful for my deliverance. I'm thankful that I'm now in the light. And I hope that you are thankful for these same things. A lot of times they say, be thankful for things because it could be worse, right? Like, in any situation, if I have a lack of something, there's always somebody who lacks more. If you have a physical ailment, there's always somebody who has it worse off, right? If you have a financial ailment, well, there's always someone who has a smaller bank account or not even a bank account, right? And oftentimes you're taught to rely on these blessings. And that's a good thing to look at. It could be worse off, so I should appreciate what I have. And that's a good thing. But with your salvation, understand you are promised these blessings. You are promised to never be deprived anymore. You're promised of a perfect body that'll never be deprived of movement or health. So if you're like, hey, I'm older, or I'm injured, or handicapped, or because of my health reasons, I have these limitations. Count the blessings that you have, but also we have a deliverance, a salvation, a newness that's coming yet, right? So whatever fatigue you have, whatever problems you have in this world, whatever financial issues, whatever dependencies you have, I used to throw around that whole term of codependent. You may be dependent on someone else, but there'll come a time where you're given this complete exoneration and reward of these bodies, these circumstances where there's no more lack, no more want, no more need. And there's another passage in Psalm 100. Let me read that. It's Psalm 100, 4 through 5. It says, "Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful to him and bless his name. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endures to all generations." And here we're thankful. We're thankful for our salvation. But in that salvation, there's a number of things that come. It's called the good news for a reason, right? That joy to the world, right? Deliverance, salvation has come. Let all the earth rejoice. We can rejoice in the salvation I talked about, but included in that salvation is walking in his goodness. God isn't skimpy, right? He doesn't just dole out blessings with thimblefuls, where he could use bucketfuls, right? Instead of, here's a spoonful, he's like, here's shovelfuls. His goodness is everlasting. His goodness is immense. And we're small recipients of it now, but we're going to be even greater recipients in the future, which accompanies his mercy, because he's good. And sometimes we won't receive it because we're like, I don't deserve it. And he's like, you probably don't. He knows for sure, right? Scott, you don't. But I'm merciful. So let me pour out this goodness on you. So goodness wouldn't be benefit to us unless you had mercy, because without mercy, he's got all this overabundance of goodness, but I can't give it to you. You don't deserve it. But mercy says, I can give it to you. You know, whether you deserve it or not, I can give this to you. And along with that, he never shades the truth. We always get truth from him. The world, as we're seeing now, all over the world, with our media, there's no more investigative reporting. Media reports on what the other media is doing. Here's what this media said about the situation. Here's what that media says about the situation. How about you guys go out and investigate instead of screaming at this person or at that person? Why don't you go out and find the truth for yourself? Do a little digging, for crying out loud. It doesn't happen anymore. So we want this narrative or this truth to go out there, whether it's true or not. We want you to believe it's true. And we have this kind of veil of suppression and darkness over our land in America, over the whole world. It's just a little bit sickening. But with God, he doesn't sugarcoat it. He just totally tells us like it is. We deal with it. We walk with it. And it's a blessing, right? Because it does free us. You want the truth? You're afraid of what's got there? Here's the truth. Be set free. You don't have to worry about this or with that. God tells us immediately, here's what truth is. Here's what you can walk in. My word is true. His Son is true. His actions are true. There's never any hidden motive. There's never any shadow of turning. He desires to give us a blessing, to love on us, to tell us that he does love us, that things will work out. And those are all true. Things will go up and down. Things can get dark. But in the end, we have victory. And that gives me peace. Pastor Scott, what's going on in the world? I don't know, but let your heart not be troubled, right? I do know a lot of things, but I'm not going to allow those things to crush me. I'm not going to let my heart be troubled. And I'm going to trust in the King of Kings, the Lord of Glory, who I can give thanks for because he never lies to me. He loves me. And so therefore I can say, I praise you, Lord. Thank you for being genuine and true, right? Thank you for loving me. Thank you for giving me your mercy. Thank you for your salvation. What am I thankful for this holiday season? Lastly, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that you're tuning in. I'm thankful that you're staying diligent. I'm thankful that people are still giving to the ministry even through this COVID moment. I'm thankful that we've got this brotherhood and sisterhood, that no matter what goes on, we share the love of Christ and the blood of Christ that washes us and makes us and baptizes us into one family. I'm totally thankful for that. So on this holiday season, I want to say thank you. And I'm thankful for you. And God bless you. And I'll see you soon.